Sister Wives Meri Brown breaks silence about her story being told. Over the past 19 seasons, Sister Wives fans have watched Meri Brown grow and evolve. Not long ago, the TLC star struggled to see her own self-worth. But now, she's proudly standing on her own feet and wants to share her own story with the public. Meri Brown knows she has a story to tell. Sister Wives star Meri Brown can't wait to share her personal journey with fans. In a new social media post, she shed light on what might be to come. Once upon a time about 8 years ago, I had an experience where I knew in my soul my story would be told. My story, in my own way. I didn't know what that meant or looked like at the time because I already had this TV show that I was part of that was documenting my life. Meri shared on Instagram. She went on to say it wasn't the right time to share her full story, but she envisioned herself on a stage. At the time, it was simply a metaphorical stage. But these days, Meri believes the stage might be more literal. At a business retreat, she chose to share her personal story on a stage for an audience. As I walked in and up onto the stage, the emotions flooded. Meri continued. It was a mixture of awe, surprise, and a literal, oh my goodness, I'm on a stage. A stagee. The fact that this moment was not planned or premeditated is a validation to me that I'm on the right track. My story is beginning to be told. Through my stories, my life and experiences are making a difference in others. This is what I want, to make a difference. The TLC star went on to thank loved ones for encouraging her and following her throughout the journey. The Sister Wives star's fans react to her post. Meri Brown's fans went wild for the post and begged to learn more. Many even asked her to write a book about her experience with the Brown family. Comments included, "This is so empowering. Go, Meri, go. You are a boss. Use your voice and be proud of how strong you are. Write a book, so many people would buy it. Absolutely beautiful and full circle. Very happy you're having your voice and story heard as all deserve to. Just the beginning. For years, I've let my life play out on television. I've smiled through moments of joy and held back tears during episodes of heartbreak, all while millions of people watched. The cameras followed me around, recording every laugh, every tear, and every decision I made. But it was never really my story, not the whole of it. Today, I'm ready to break my silence and speak in my own words to take back control of my narrative, and finally let people see the real me behind the scenes of Sister Wives. It's been a journey, to say the least. The show presented parts of my life, but they were fragments, edited and condensed, polished and packaged to fit neatly into hour-long episodes. The world saw what the producers wanted them to see, a version of Meri Brown that fit the storyline they were weaving. But there is so much more to me, to my life, than what aired on TLC. There are corners of my soul that have remained untouched by the cameras, chapters of my story that were never given a chance to be told. I've stayed quiet for so long, not because I didn't have anything to say, but because I was trying to understand the best way to tell it. How do you take back your story when it's been in the hands of others for so long? How do you reclaim your voice after it's been drowned out by the noise of public opinion, gossip, and assumptions? It's a delicate process, but I'm ready. My story is one of love, heartache, strength, and ultimately growth. It's not just about my time on Sister Wives or my role in a plural marriage. It's about who I am as a woman, as a mother, as a human being navigating life's unpredictable twists and turns. And I think that's where the disconnect has always been for people watching the show. They've seen the surface-level struggles, the family dynamics, and the moments of tension, but they've rarely been given the chance to see the depth behind those moments. For example, my relationship with Cody. Oh, where do I begin? People have dissected it to pieces, speculated endlessly about what went wrong, what could have been different, and whether or not I should have walked away sooner. But what the world didn't see, what the cameras never captured, was the internal battle I was fighting. The decisions I made were never easy, and they were never black and white. There were layers of emotion, fear, hope, love, and disappointment, all woven into the choices I made. And while it may seem clear-cut from the outside, it never was. I loved Cody deeply. That's not something that just goes away because of hardships or because of changes in relationship. We built a life together, raised a family, and shared dreams. But over time, things shifted, and we found ourselves in a place neither of us had anticipated. There were cracks in the foundation, but I held on, hoping that with time and effort, we could rebuild. When you love someone, you don't just walk away at the first sign of trouble. You fight for it. And that's what I did. I fought for my marriage, for my family, for the life we had built together. But sometimes, despite all the fighting, things just don't work out the way you hoped. The betrayal I felt during the catfishing scandal was a wound that took time to heal. The world saw it play out, but they didn't see the aftermath, the sleepless nights, the endless questions I asked myself, the shame and guilt I carried. It was a low point in my life, but it also became a turning point. It forced me to look inward, to face the parts of myself that I had neglected for so long. It made me realize that I needed to start living for me, to stop putting my happiness in the hands of others, and to take control of my own narrative. That's why I've chosen to speak out now. Not to rehash old wounds or to point fingers, but to share my truth. Because for so long, I felt like a passenger in my own life, letting others steer the ship. But not anymore. This is my story, and I'm the one telling it now. My decision to stay in the family, even after the breakdown of my marriage with Cody, was met with confusion and criticism. People asked why I didn't leave, why I stayed in a situation that seemed, to them, so unhealthy. But what people didn't see was the love I had for the family as a whole, the connections I had with the other wives, with the children, and with the life we had created together. It wasn't just about Cody, it was about all of us. Leaving would have meant walking away from more than just a marriage. It would have meant walking away from a family, a community, a way of life that had shaped me for decades. But staying didn't mean I wasn't growing. I spent the last few years working on myself, on healing the parts of me that were broken, on rediscovering who I am outside of the labels of wife, mother, and sister wife. And what I found is a woman who is stronger than she ever thought possible, a woman who has learned to stand tall in the face of adversity, and who has finally embraced her own worth.